Question 1582. What is the weirdest thing you've seen in someone else's house?
A yoga board that somebody bounces up and down on streaming.
Well, God, I don't know how you say it. But basically, I walked into a house. I saw a pair of eyes, a face, and a fucking lion. I turned on the light. They had shot a lion, and they had it stuffed, sitting there in the foyer. And I'm like, oh my God.
Actually, no, I think I can answer this seriously. A damn near 20-foot long Burmese python in a fucking council flat.
Oh God.
City.
Fabio
shouldn't
says
have drugs off that guy.
No. Fabio says math pig.
He has never walked into a room and seen me.
Nerdy says me, as in him. Tusk says a corpse.
We just call that a wake.
The weirdest thing I've ever seen inside somebody's house was they had purchased trophies from sporting events, and then they had affixed their own names. They'd engraved their own names on the trophies as if they were the winner of these trophies.
What?
So this person had bought 24 trophies from a variety of sports, and then they had engraved their own name on them as if they were the winner.
There's so many British people. Is this really YouTube? There's 2 British people and 1 Northern Irishy.
One fake Irish.
Step back. I've already trying to claim him for an interview. You're not getting him first. Fuck off. He's
Oh, he
mine
wants to
first.
come on, does he?
No. I'm having him for an interview first. Fuck off.
Lone.
Oh, I knew. No, I've got another one though. I knew a girl who collected bags from shops, and she hung them on her wall like posters.
What sort of bags?
Like grocery
plastic
store bags. Yeah, grocery store bags from different stores, Prada, whatever bag they gave you to take.
Somebody on Twitter wants us to send them carrier bags from Tesco.
Why?
Because
they
you can't
really
get
like
Tesco
Tesco.
carrier bags anymore.
Sorry, I've got an entire house full of them to make sure my bins are full for the next 20
They're no
years.
longer in production.
As Lone's telling that story, it made me remember that I went to college or university, whatever you want to fucking call it, over there with a guy. And whenever they first brought out the labels on the cigarettes? Your lung will look like this and your throat will pop out like this. He used to cut them off and put them on his notice board. He was collecting them.
Does it build a person?
Oh, he had like a big fucking wall full of them. Like.
A friend of mine did their entire undergraduate dissertation on the biodegradability of supermarket carrier bags.
Crafty says, Mathpig never invited me for an interview, so I will stay on Critical.
Did I not?
No.
Did I not?
No.
She's been on my channel loads. Have I never
but
had
never for an interview.
Dave,
Jenny, you wanted to say something?
Well, we'll have to sort that. Then DM me.
Shut up, Matthew.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Excuse me.
Does it have to be a house that I have personally walked into, or could it be something I saw on TV who's in my local neighborhood?
No, it's got to be something you've gone into the house and seen it.
Oh.
Scientist Mel says, super chat for $5, thank you. I've been in Kevin Smith's house. He had an elevator. Is that weird? No, not really. But if you've got dodgy knees.
Having a lift is not something that is dodgy in this day and age.
I think it'd be a bit unusual in most houses, but for some reason, Kevin Smith's house, I wouldn't find that unusual whatsoever.
Do you want to know that was the best thing about going around Windsor Castle in a wheelchair? You got to use the actual lifts.
There you go.
They put smoke detectors in there now.
I imagine so. Vegetarian said, I once made a bone necklace out of leftover KFC bones and turkey bones and a magpie skull for a photo shoot. Not the weirdest thing I've seen, but I'm sure it was for others. Like that.
Yeah, speaking of lifts, when I was at law school, somebody did live in one of those places where you needed a special key to get the lift to go to come out in their house. in their top floor flat.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Those are pretty.
Pesky
ASCII?
for the penthouse. A pesky for the penthouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A key to the lift to make it go up.
Well, if I can't say something I saw on TV, I'm not going to mention the woman with 28,000 Santa Claus items in her house. But I will.
I thought that was normal for America. I've seen what goes on TV.
So it's perfectly normal. I really do think it's very weird to have any kind of taxidermy in your house. That's just way
What about
creepy.
ashes? Are ashes weird?
I've got ashes just there. It's just there.
No, that's a void, Dave. That's the
There's a
void.
bookcase behind there that you can't see, and there aren't.
No,
There's the urn
I
that's that
refuse
big.
to accept that there's anything other than the void.
I'll show you what's under my cloth later.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Is this that rubber doll thing again?
Is it weird that I've had glass artworks made out of the ashes of my grandparents? Is that weird?
No.
No.
Nah.
It freaked out one of my friends. Completely freaked him out. He couldn't look at it. Couldn't look at the artwork.
Science
tell
smells,
him-
is a suitcase of
That's
sex
good.
toys weird? Not really.
No.
No.
Have you cleaned them? Are they organised in the suitcase? Are they washed?
It'd only be
Does the suitcase smell? Is the question.
it would only be weird if you found that in my house.
Yeah, it would be weird if you found it at a Jim's house.
Sandy.
I'm the person that has the weird stuff in their house, so
I've got a ram skull hanging above the computers in the fucking
Who
studio.
has? I can say who has a sex swing in the middle of their house?
I
Dave.
don't have a
Dave,
sex
Dave.
swing in the middle of my house.
I would have
Dave,
a bedroom of my house.
Dave.
I have a hook that you could hang a sex swing from, but I've told you before it would be a very awkward place to do that
Because it's the middle
because
of your
the
house.
rail, the rail upstairs would interfere. Actually, it might help.
It might help.
Well, we can always
It would be
start
good for your back, Sandy. Good for your back.
We can always start a
A sex
GoFundMe
swing
to help
how?
anyone. So
No, I don't think it would be good for my back. Besides, I have the inversion table in the living room that is good for my back.
Can you
Essie
get two
says
people
no.
on that
I got,
On the inversion table, God, I hope not.
Essie says I got my nana and granddad in a necklace. It's not weird. That's quite cool. Tusk says people think my doctorate-in-law is weird. Etty says not weird. Then she says not me, and I'm raging. Why are you raging?
Her name is Rage.
See, Sandy, I was just thinking if you could position the inversion table just right, that hook in the ceiling might become very useful.
Ew. I'm too old for this discussion now. and I, you know, I'm like within 2 weeks.
Actually, yeah.
I'm within 2 weeks of getting that double shot in my back that's going to make everything feel so much better. So my pain levels are like riding at a 6. And I'm trying to continue to smile while you guys are making jokes. I live in the weird house, so I'm not going to find much weird in other people's houses. So. Isn't that the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yandiri says ugly vases.
I mean, I've got the coyote face up on my wall where you can't see it. So
Fair enough.
I have weird shit in my house. Okay.
Mara says a skeleton, but I have a medical student skeleton. I would too.
Who is the student?
Dr. Ben!
Oh, God.
Tusk says, see, I look like Thug number 2 in bad gangster movies or Biker in Bar in SOA. Nobody expects me to be a lawyer. Yeah, we're still not convinced you're a lawyer.
Now, is this doctorate a JD or is it like a PhD? Because if you've gone and got a PhD in-law, that is ridiculous. If you've got a JD, that's normal.
Ezzy says, I do have a tusk in my house, but no sex swing. You're allowed both. Right, who hasn't answered?
No, we've all answered.
I don't know. Did you answer, Dave?
Yes.
You didn't answer. Cori didn't answer, but just telling me to shush.
Tusk has got a PhD.
Yeah, that is weird. Why would you have a PhD in law? Because surely you go up to the level you need to practice law. Beyond that, it's just academia for the sake of academia. You can just become a judge and do that and get paid for it.
He cooks.
Yeah.
Does
Chef
cooking
too.
videos on his channel. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Everybody's weirded out by Tusk having a PhD.
Apparently so. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.